Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at Layouts Tools. We're going to start by opening a brand new Gaia student template document. Okay, here we are with our brand new untitled layout page, and we're just going to run through some of the tools that we've got up on our top ribbon there. The first one you're familiar with is line, and so there's the straight line that you normally would use a lot of, and you can see there that it's lighting up and matching our axes. So those are all connected lines until you click out. And then we've got freehand, just like in SketchUp, so you can draw loose lines. The next one is the arc tool. I find I use the 2-point and the 3-point arc the most. I don't really use the other ones. So we'll show you a 2-point arc here, and you just click down, and then you bend the arc to match whatever it is you're trying to get. And then the 3-point is very similar, but you click down, and then you can adjust so that you have whatever size arc you need. Okay. Next is the rectangle tool, which is very similar to SketchUp. It's got a few different options there. And so the standard rectangle works exactly the same. You can put in the dimensions if you want to. I usually just go by eye. And then we've got the one with the rounded corners, which can be nice if you're doing a title block. I don't really use the bulged one, but that might just be a style thing. And then lozenge. Next is the circle tool. So we've got the circle and the ellipse just the same as SketchUp again. So we can choose a point and that's the center. We can also type in the radius if you look at the bottom of your screen. And there's the ellipse. Next is our polygon tool. And we can either just start drawing, or we can type in how many sides we want, or we can type in a radius. So if you notice at the bottom, I typed in 8s. So I want an 8-sided polygon, which is my standard octagon. So then you just click down to place it. Next is our offset tool, and we'll be learning that, but it's a little bit sort of higher, so we'll leave that. And a few of these tools here in the middle we're just going to leave, but move we're going to use a lot of. So you just click it and then select, move things around, and click down to put them in the new place. You can also hit the option, I believe, on your Mac, or control if you're on a PC, and that will make a copy. And that's a pretty well-used tool, actually. You'll find that as we get further along when we're adding our plants and things. Next is our rotate tool, and there'll be some instructions further on about how to use that, because we're going to use that again when we make our plant symbols. Next is scale. Scale, you can actually just use the little grippies that appear on whatever you've clicked on to change the scale in any particular direction. If you notice really quickly down at the bottom of the screen, it's changing the scale on the XY axes as I'm moving things around. Or you can type in the bottom bar and just tell it how many times bigger. So if you have something that's 1 meter and you want it to be 2 meters, it would be 2 in the box, and that will double the size. Our next tool is our text tool. So we're just going to add some text. You can either click down or you can draw a box. Either way works, and then you just type into it. If you need to edit, you just click onto it again and you'll be able to edit. And labels. Labels is basically a text box with an attached arrow. Click once to start the arrow, then click again to get that little line segment that leads to the text, then type in your text. If you hit enter, it'll put you down to the next line. Otherwise, just hit escape or click down somewhere else on the page to get out of that function. Next up is the dimension tool, which is what we use when we want to show how big something is. We will get into that later on. We're going to leave that for now. Then we have the table tool, which allows you to insert a table, which is great for plant lists, and the eraser tool, which we've used in SketchUp already. Works basically the same. I should just mention too that if you right click on an object, you'll get a drop down menu of things that you can do with it. And then there's a few editing tools that come after eraser on our ribbon up there that we're not going to use, but the little magnifying glass with the arrows coming out of it is your zoom extents, and that's super helpful. The text tool is next, and on a Mac, it shows up as a separate window. When you're on a PC, it actually is in your default tray, the same with colors. Okay, so that was a quick introduction to tools in layout. Next, your assignment.